Every year, more than 12,000 patients in the U.S. are diagnosed with blood cancers like leukemia, and a marrow transplant from an unrelated donor may be their best or only hope of a cure. ABC 15 is a proud sponsor of the upcoming Be the Match Walk and Run. The fundraiser will bring together Arizona residents in support of blood cancer patients in need of bone marrow transplants. And I'm honored to welcome Tony Childers, a transplant recipient, along with Aubrey Vargas. She is a Be the Match account executive for the Southwest region. So great to see both of you. Aubrey, I want to start with you because about 70% of patients, we understand, these are patients in need of transplants who don't have a family member who can be a donor, and the Be the Match registry is really their only way of finding a cure.
Yeah, absolutely. So the registry is made up of people that are willing to give their bone marrow if they're ever a match for a patient like Tony, and they're wonderful people. They're very selfless, and they sign up to be a donor. And if there's not a match in the family, then a patient's only option a lot of times is to turn to the registry in hopes that a stranger will be their match.
Yeah,
and save their life.
Tony, you certainly represent exactly what the importance of a bone marrow donation is. In 2002, you were diagnosed with T-cell lymphoma. Tell us about that.
That's correct. Essentially, I had a biopsy done on a lump, and they came back telling me that it was positive for cancer, T-cell lymphoma, in fact. And we battled it off and on for quite a long time with different forms of chemo and radiation, different treatments, eventually culminating in doctor's decision that we need to do something more aggressive. And that's where the bone marrow came into play. In 2011, I decided we'd do it. In 2012, I had the actual transplant.
We're looking at video. You're giving us a thumbs up in this final photo, and you're feeling good today?
I'm doing well, yes.
Oh,
Still getting better, but doing well.
And you know, when I look at those pictures and I see his great story and his smile, I mean, a bone marrow transplant helps people with leukemia, anemia, just a number of illnesses, doesn't it?
Yeah, leukemia and lymphoma are the two big ones that we support. Aplastic anemia, there's about 70 other diseases that can be treated by a bone marrow transplant. And it's like we talked about, a life-saving treatment for people.
And it's so simple. You brought along, show us exactly what it is.
To get registered, we get a lot of questions about the registration process. What's involved?
Does it hurt?
We get that all the time. And I heard it really hurts to be a marrow donor. So hopefully this will kind of answer some of the questions. So to register, you'll fill out a consent form, and then we just ask you to swab your cheek. You actually swab yourself, which is even better.
Simple.
So you just stick it in between your cheek and gum and brush the cheek there, and what we're doing is getting some cells off of there, and we study to see what they look like, and then that determines what your tissue type is.
Easy. It was painless.
Easy.
It was painless. And I understand, Tony, recently you connected with your donor.
That's right. I did get to email and communicate with my donor. It was a little tougher than I thought. It took me probably about 3 weeks to come up with my portion of the email, but it was nice to finally talk to the person.
And why was that? Was it just emotional for you?
Yeah, very much so. To show your gratitude or your appreciation is very difficult to do for something like this, someone willing to give a part of them to you. It took a lot, but so far we've been communicating, and would be excited to meet her someday.
I'm sure her heart is open to you as well for going through what you went through. And I want to show very quickly some video of some little patients over at PCH. They had their very own Be the Match. Oh, this video touches my heart. It is so adorable. They had their very own Be the Match walk at PCH to raise money for these young patients. Some of them are waiting for a transplant. Others have just recently had a bone marrow transplant. What does the money go toward, Aubrey?
So the money raised at the walk run helps us grow the registry. So every time we go out and we do a swab just like you did, it costs us $100 to do the lab testing and fees and all of that to add somebody to the registry. So we know the more people that we can add to the registry, the more donors we can find for people. So we're asking people to come out and support us and help us grow the registry.
Well, let's put that information up for you. The upcoming Phoenix Be the Match Walk and Run fundraiser. It starts at 7:30 on Saturday, October 26th at Wesley Bolin Memorial Plaza. That's 1700 West Washington Street in Phoenix. To register, to fundraise, to volunteer, you name it, you can find out much more information at bethematchwalkrun.org/Phoenix, or you can call 1-800-MARROW2. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.